that I wanted to give to you guys following some new developments in the Nancy Guthrie case. This is as of tonight, this evening, around my time, Eastern Standard Time, 10 p.m. Um, Authorities have now released some images and a video footage depicting a possible suspect or person of interest, which was captured on a neighboring camera system. So I think there was some discussion about whether or not it was like the camera of the neighbor versus the camera of Nancy. Or maybe I'm just speculating on that. But in this video, I want to give pure facts. So no speculation, no emotion, just structure. And then we'll kind of get to what popped up on the board as this was coming in. Now, we're also separating what's confirmed, what's evolving, and what remains completely open. So when a case moves fast like this, clarity kind of becomes leverage, and this board is going to show how we can track it. So what do we know so far? Nancy Guthrie was last seen January 31st, okay? Reported missing on February 1st. We now have the FBI and Pima Sheriff's Department leading the investigation. So they're doing this together, okay? Blood has been confirmed matching Nancy's DNA at the residence. So that has to do with what was found at the front porch. What is currently evolving, though, we have a multiple ransom style communication going on that was received by multiple stations. The authenticity still has not been verified. Even though when someone says the authenticity, I don't know how it could be verified at this point. It's authentic. Surveillance footage of masked individuals released as potential lead. That was earlier today around 1 p.m. Now, as of 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a person who has been detained for questioning in the case. And I'm trying to get this out as best as I can without like having emotion involved. And that's important to kind of keep myself calm. This energy is a lot. Especially me tracking it in real time. My intuitive gifts kind of sharpen as we go along, but it's still draining in a sense. Okay, so what is currently unresolved and super high priority at the moment? No official suspect identity has been confirmed by authorities. There have been, well, let me not get into that. Motive and connection of detained person, if any, has not been publicly verified either. We also don't have anything as far as a proof of life status, which remains uncertain. So now that status card makes me feel a little differently. It's been popping up in the reading, but I thought it was more so about like the investigation status changing, which it may have been in that time. However, proof of life status is probably what this is also most likely pointing to. Now, again, I do not want to assign motive, any identity, or guilt to any individual without official confirmation. I just want to say that before I get into these cards. Now, for the first round, we have surveillance footage edited. Okay, we know that. They summoned something they couldn't control. Okay, what could that be in reference to? I have no idea. Check the timeline. Again, I told you they are definitely trying to figure out and fine tune the timeline, and they could be at a spot. Okay, status. That could also be in reference to movement, like where someone is currently at a particular time, the loner, and a covert agent. I'm wondering if this means that, let me try to make this a little bit bigger if I can. I'm wondering if the loner is separate from the covert agent, or if this is like, if they're working in tandem and this is reflecting two different people. But we have legal issues. Don't know what that's in reference to. Spiritual justice overrides the earthly one. This has come out again. So there could be something that plays out as above, that overrides this earthly situation. Okay, bus or public transit. Someone could have been found. This is okay. So they mentioned something about a person being found south of Tucson. I'm going to get into this in the next video, but I think something may have been tracked as far as movement on public transportation. Maybe somebody purchased a ticket, was trying to go to the airport, buy a bus ticket. You never know what the situation may have to do with as far as that, but I think it has definitely something pointing towards transportation, movement, someone trying to break away, get away. And this could be in reference to more than one person also with the bus energy, because um who's to say that this is not a larger conspiracy where it involves more than one person, right? Because that's what it ultimately a conspiracy is, when it's more than one party. So we have that. We have rescue, recovery, resolution situation. So they could still be in effort trying to look for Nancy, recover her if she is still alive, recover her body if she is deceased, find some type of resolution. They did put out a bait ransom of $300 million, or what am I talking about? Out of the 6 million requested, they put out a bait, or this has been unconfirmed though, that they put out a $300 ransom, like as or bait payment, to see. And I think this is either one of two reasons why they did this. One, to see if it could track something about the identity of the person or their location. And then also maybe this would prompt them to do something next. So the mention of the surveillance also, I think, is what created a lot of the movement, which is good, because when people start moving, that means, people could be trying to get out of the way of something to come. Now, that surveillance thing with this in good faith, I think that's what that means. It's like they put that out in good faith that something, they would get a new lead from that. And someone kind of whistleblower, this whistleblower energy tells me somebody either told on themselves or someone else mentioned something that was important. Hack security systems, this could be just in terms of tampering with it, or it could be someone hacking. There have been discussions about, text messages being received. I'm going to get into that in another reading, that was received by Tommaso and Annie. No word if Savannah has heard anything, but we do know that Savannah remains active on Instagram. We did not get another video. Time dilation in the moment. I don't know if this is like talking about someone thinking they have longer time, or they thought they had a little bit more time. Restricted property zones. So they could be going around trying to, with this fence or barrier relocation records, they could be trying to tape off certain locations, asking about who owns certain property so that they can start, creating whatever search warrants. I'm pretty sure they have to get like search warrants, even if well, maybe not in the case if people are voluntarily consenting to, like walking around, seeing if there's anything that they can do. Because I mean, that's what you want. You want people to be open to being cooperative, especially at this time. We are at day 10. A lot of this was not done early on. And for whatever reason, we'll find out why. But we have phase 5 here, current status. So this could be the phase that we're in right now. I think this has to do with the rescue and recovery. So they could be really closer, hot on the trail. I just keep seeing certain things where there are secret openings. I know I said in one of these other readings that she could possibly be found in an unusual spot. Like either it's unusually close or something unusual about the spot itself. Escape from cold climates, migration, logic. Okay, somebody could be trying to leave one location to go to one other location, like, and it has to do with like climate. like leaving a hot spot to go to somewhere cold, or leaving a cold spot to go to somewhere hot. The full moon is significant for some reason. This is connected to a larger piece. We've already discussed that. I do need to deep dive into that, but again, I have to put out like the most timely, pertinent videos, and then I feed in between that, like filler videos to kind of go in depth with specific things. And if there's anything that you want to cover specifically within these videos, please just leave a comment down below. I would love to hear from you guys. I love to hear about your input, your feedback on what's going on. Therapist or confidant, somebody could have said something to somebody, like, whispered something, or like divulged just a little tip that kind of gave something away. Ex-partner warning, ex-partner warning. Somebody could have said something to a partner of theirs or an ex, forewarned them about something, or they were alarmed by something that their partner said. Their spirit hasn't crossed over yet. All right, so this has to do with, again, the energy of the overall update. All right, so I hope that helps or resonates. I ask that anybody, if you find that this video was intuitively helpful in any way, make sure that you share to the necessary authorities if possible. Get it to the right people. Let's make this kind of like be a thing if we can, because we're close, but we're still not there. Anything that we can do, even energetically, as we, feed and energize this story, because once our attention is on it, of course, that's where our attention is going to be drawn to. So I hope that everyone is remaining balanced. It is very heavy, but we do need to go through this in some way. I think that's about everything that I want to cover. That's where the case currently stands right now, fact-based, with the mention of what I said before, of not confirming, sorry, I'm like kind of getting sidetracked, of not confirming different things, but actually just describing the new details that have just broke. So this matrix, I plan on updating it in between, or as we get like big things. So the next time that I expect to do another matrix is like when we have a press conference, which I'm hoping is supposed to be maybe tomorrow. There'll be some new developments at that point. I know they were talking about Kash Patel coming. He may be in Arizona already, and we just haven't heard from him. But the discussion was that he was going to be delivering something. That could also just be in reference to what he posted on Twitter. So who knows? But if you're following this investigation as seriously as I am, use this as your anchor point. Next update drops when the board changes, and when I, feel that shift. So